here comes a rematch of two of my all-time favorite competitors here in this company.
The 101 rematch that has so far eluded Sean Carr.
Now you want to talk about a guy that's got a huge chip on his shoulder, a huge attitude on his shoulder, and once again, coming to ringside with the Binghamton boys. No matter where Sean Carr goes, the Binghamton boys are sure to follow.
The reigning Super 8 champion, and that certainly wasn't because of management, because Sean Carr, not supposed to be part of the tournament this year, he took out Mike Law, he took out Joe Zanoli. It was basically a hostage situation. I fear for these fans. Do you clap because you're afraid he'll beat you up if you don't?
I clap because of respect.
Well, I'll tell you what, Azrieal should be afraid here tonight. The one-on-one rematch is finally coming to him. Sean Carr, Azrieal. No interference. Well, hopefully no interference.
That's why I clap. It's respect for my good friend Sean Carr.
You wonder if PCA is going to mobilize without AJ Pan here.
You never know.
He might need Damian Adams and Howie Timbershea to be on the same page.
Hey, we saw what happened in that Battle Royal earlier. That's pretty interesting. Well, like you just said, here comes Azrieal coming to the ring with Damian Adams and Howie Timbershea. But it looks like Azrieal has the crowd behind him.
And I guess Damian Adams and Howie Timbershea are putting their disagreement on hold for the betterment of the group. They don't want to lose the heavyweight championship. Big Red. And Azrieal. My God, man, this guy might quite possibly be the MVP of the ECWA for the last year to year and a half. He has been nothing short of phenomenal inside of our ring.
Nobody's had more 4-star matches in his company than Azrieal. Every match he goes into, he steals the show. Now, don't get me wrong. Every match Sean Carr goes into steals the show, but every match that Sean Carr also goes into, he takes over the show.
Well, I'm expecting nothing short of an amazing performance. I hope we have enough time on this show. These guys could go 45 minutes, an hour.
You want to see wrestling? This is professional wrestling.
From Binghamton, New York, he is a former ECWA heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the hybrid, Sean Carr!
Why are Axel Lennis and Little Daddy C here, though, Phil? Why?
They're his friends.
So?
They're his running buddies.
Shouldn't they be out in the car with the car running?
For what?
I don't know. To make a getaway when...
They're his friends. They come here to watch his back. They want to see their buddy go in that ring and tear it up.
We could have an all-out brawl tonight between PCA and the Binghamton boys. This match could go any number of ways. We have the most interactive fans in the business, Phil.
You don't want to know my feelings on security.
And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Big Red. Azrieal becoming one of the more successful champions that we've had here in the ECWA. Going on like 4 months now with the title. He has been absolutely incredible in his title defenses. Just like he was absolutely incredible as a challenger. outside the ring. My God. It's always something, Phil.
Always. Never fails.
Clowns.
I'll tell you what, we need security here each and every month. No matter where ECWA goes, we need security.
Didn't our security used to have cute little shirts?
I remember when security used to sit on all 4 sides of the ring.
Yep. And they used to guard the doors.
And we used to have guardrails. Then our security team got lazy. You know what happened? They became fans. Now we're letting them inside the ring. It's disgusting.
Well, inside the ring is what it's all about. Collar and elbow tie-up. Azrieal goes behind. And this, Phil, this is what ECWA is all about. These championship defenses. Sean Carr with the wrist lock, twisting it in such a way he could probably break Azriel's arm. Azrieal rolls through with a wrist lock of his own. And drop toe hold. Sean Carr lands right on his big nose there.
Well, as we saw at the last show, raising the bar, we saw Azrieal. Wait a minute, Keith Zimmer finally coming to ringside.
Maybe he just got here.
Maybe he was out parking the car, as you said. But anyway, these two guys last week raising the bar at Woodbury Heights, New Jersey. Azrieal teaming up with Chainsaw Joe Gacy, taking on Sean Carr and Chris Wilde in just an unbelievable wild tag team match. 4 guys could not get along with each other.
It was more like a fatal four, let's be honest. And outside the ring, all trying to outdo each other.
It was just an explosive tag team match. Wait a minute, Howie Timbershade now pulling out Sean Carr.
And over
here, the Binghamton boys got Azrieal.
We got to get all these guys ejected from ringside. They are way too talented
Referee Mike
to be having this.
Keener's got to do something here.
He's got to take control.
Did they just ring the bell?
I think that they did. And honestly, it could be a double disqualification. I mean, I wouldn't blame Mike Keener, but I really think what we need to do is just get all these factions away from ringside.
Whoa! Axel Lennox just rammed Azrael's head into the ring post. Wait a minute, I think the referees are throwing the Binghamton boys and the PCA members out of the match.
He better.
I don't think he stopped the match. I just think he threw the PCA and the Binghamton boys out of this match. So now we don't have nobody at ringside. We just have Azrieal and Sean Carr. Yeah, so the referee did not stop the match. The match will continue.
And outside the ring, Sean Carr absolutely laying it on thick on Azrieal. Mouthing off to the fans at ringside. These fans need to sit down. They don't realize how dangerous this is right now. Sean Carr will think nothing of kicking your head. Meanwhile, Azrieal inside the ring, and he is reeling. The victim of a gangland-style assault by the PCA does manage to hit an enziguri to knock Sean Carr back to the outside. And a suicide plancha over the top rope.
Beautifully done. Azrieal taking out Sean Carr.
Whenever I see an Azrieal match, I feel like I'm watching something from AAA.
Oh, well, Azrael's definitely got so many styles about him. He's got that lucha libre style. The guy's been around forever. And he's still a young guy.
He's been around since Gargamel. It was a bad joke, but come on.
That was terrible.
It was okay.
Nobody wants to hear about your family members.
Inside the ring, Azrieal now on the offensive. Kicks Sean Carr right in the knee. I think he's trying to disable the man. And quite possibly that might be the smartest thing he can do, neckbreaker. And the cover, 1 and 2. I gotta say, Phil, I'm glad all these factions are gone from ringside. It's these two guys really do owe it to each other to just have a match.
And anytime you see these two guys in the ring, it's always a thing of beauty. They always try to one-up each other.
Carr's going to whip him into the corner, into the throat.
Oh, beautiful bicycle kick by Sean Carr.
And Azrieal.
Knocking Azrieal to the floor.
And Azrieal is out cold, I think, right now. Sean Carr trying to capitalize forearm. Azrieal reeling, and Sean Carr got to get him back in the ring. That's how he can pin him and win the title. Oh! Right across the metal frame of that ring. We've seen him do that so many times. That's usually a turning point in a Sean Carr match. Incapacitate Azrieal, and he can't do anything.
Sean Carr really getting on the case of those ringside fans.
I would normally say it's not good to be distracted like that, but Sean Carr is like a master, like multitasker at hating everybody.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I saw Sean Carr get here. He walked by a bunch of nuns. The nuns blessed themselves as Sean Carr walked by him. That's how much hatred this guy has inside of him.
They said, wait for it, they don't want none of that.
You're not hip. Stop acting hip. Act your age.
They're like, we better not cross him.
You're 40-something years old. Act
we better
your
not
age.
cross him.
Stop. It's not funny.
I'm not even 40.
40-something years old, acting like you're 19. Watching BET. Who watches BET?
I don't.
Yeah, you're not hip. Your milkshake is not bringing anybody to the yard, so stop.
European dropkick right in the face of Azrieal, the champion, but only two. But Sean Carr, every one of these covers just getting a little bit closer, and he's going to apply the chin lock right now. That's going to continue to wear down Azrieal and his ability to make this match last, which is really what he needs to do. Azriel's game is distance. You know, he's a distance runner. He needs some time to work his magic. Huge elbow by Sean Carr right to the heart. Follows it up with another one.
You know, if there's one thing that you could tell watching this match, is Sean Carr. Every Sean Carr match, not only does he taunt the fans, sorry, not only does he taunt the ringside fans or just fans in general, but he always works a very methodical style match. He likes to beat his opponent down. He likes to taunt the guy. He likes to hurt the guy.
Azrieal gets out of the way.
On the other hand, does more of a high-flying style action. Likes to use the ropes. Likes to come at you hard and fast.
Hard and fast, yes, absolutely. Carr whips him into the corner and a huge... Well, Azrieal reverses the back body drop. And the drop toe hold once again. Double stomp and into the submission. I got one more nun joke. Can I do it?
Say it.
So they see Sean Carr and they're like, wow, we better not make running into him a habit. Get it? Because they were the habits? They're nuns.
I'll tell you what, you better not make it a habit of telling stupid jokes. It's bad enough it's been a habit of me sitting next to you all these years.
I do puns religiously, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, and another double stomp. I think he slipped right off the sweaty back of Sean Carr.
It looked like
Carr's out.
It looked like you almost double stomped him right close to the back of the neck area.
It was almost a curb stomp.
I might have to go give him my neck brace.
You might need it. Probably more than you.
Yeah, I got sunburn in the back of my neck.
Well, how'd you do that?
Well, I said I was drinking a Boss's fruity juice, which I have been feeling great lately.
Oh, good. Have you tried rubbing it on top like a topical ointment?
So I've been able to, I have been taking it off. Because I've been wanting to get a tan. And it just so happened that the sun gave me sunburn this past week.
So now you're literally a redneck.
Here we go with these dumb jokes.
Brace yourself, it's not over.
It's not funny. Call the match.
Well, I think Sean Carr is ready to call the match right now. Maybe the tombstone pile driver is enough to knock off Azrieal, and I think it's coming. Azrieal better find a way. He's trying to flip off the back. Gets around behind. Knife edge chop. Pushes off the ace crusher, and Carr back on top. Gonna pull him to the middle of the ring. Whip him into the ropes. And the pop-up power bomb, but I don't think he got the height that he needed, Phil.
I'll tell you what, that was a close 2.5. Beautifully done by Sean Carr, that pop-up power bomb.
Pop-up power bomb.
Mike Keener better watch himself, man. Sean Carr is known to just super kick anybody into oblivion. He's done it many times. Wait a minute, here come the PCA back out.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Let's just let these guys have a match.
And here come the Binghamton boys.
Never seen this before. Just let them have a match.
Now here's the thing, if I was refereeing this match, this wouldn't have happened.
Meanwhile, inside the ring, because that's really what matters, I think Carr getting ready. If he hits the super kick here, the problem is he's given Azrieal way too much time to recover. He had the momentum.
Sean Carr needs to stop worrying about what's going on at ringside and worry about Azrieal behind him.
I think he's getting ready. If he hits his ace crusher, it's over, Phil.
Running shotgun drop kick in the corner to the back of Sean Carr.
We've seen this so many times, the DDT off the top. And if he hits this frog splash, Phil, we know it's over. I don't think anyone's ever kicked out of this.
Nobody does it better than Azrieal.
Oh, and he nails it perfectly in the middle of the ring. There's our champion. Azrieal retains.
And that's why he is the reigning ECWA World Heavyweight Champion.
And that is how legacies are forged in spite of all the distractions around the ring. Azrieal once again pins Sean Carr, retains his title, and continues the legacy that he's been forging for the better part of the last year here in the ECWA.
I'll tell you what, yeah, you're right. Ever since winning this title, Azriel's been on a roll. Proved once again why he is the best in this company.
And it's hard to argue at this point. One of the most athletic champions in the history of the ECWA. I'm sure Papa Don's got a calendar, and he's flipping through every month that Azriel's a champion, thinking a little bit closer to the Papa Don historic record.
Well, wait a minute. First, he's got to get close to Sean Carr's record.
Well, he's more than halfway there.
No, he's not.
When did he win it?
A few months ago.
He hasn't had it for a half a year?
No.
Well, then I guess I'm wrong. I guess he's been chasing it for so long, Phil, that it just feels like Azriel's been champion. Because he's been in the main event since October.